make it happen?
One tangible idea to improve the business climate and to attract jobs to this area. What I want to do is create an agency working with groups like WCDA and UW Extension to create a team of educated staff that would be able to come in and walk people through the red tape. I was speaking with a woman the other day who spent 3 years trying to create a bed and breakfast. She had this vision for this business. It took her 3 years to navigate the red tape of all the overlapping permits, the zoning and building codes that were different from state, county, and town. And the process was so overwhelming, and it was encouraged that she stuck with it, but not many people are going to do that. I'm going to wade through the waters for 3 years, and so what I want to do is create an agency of a team of educated and knowledgeable professionals who are willing to hold people's hands through that process until we can start to streamline that regulatory, the whole regulatory system. We need to make it more navigable for everyday people so that if you want to start a business and you want to grow or expand your business, you're able to. And so we can get to that point. I believe we need trained professionals to help people through that so that they can navigate and get to the point where businesses are, again, easy to start and grow.
The economy is like a plugged sewer at the moment. We have poured a ton of money in at the top on the banks, and the banks have been using the money to buy each other up as they fail. As of June, 81 banks have failed in the United States of America. That's pretty close to what happened in any year during the Great Depression. And we might be on the edge of another Great Depression. We need to call the bank presidents together, all the state banks, and the state of Wisconsin and the banks need to work together to come up with a mortgage system that will not shortchange the sellers and the banks, but will allow the people, until again the unemployment rate drops under 5%, to pay 2% and 3% loans on their properties, keep their properties, stay in their properties, and keep the lights on and the curtains in the windows. That would promote some peace of mind among the general public. A looming crisis about to happen that anybody in small business understands is that most of the business loans in Wisconsin and the rest of America are on 3-year notes. You get a letter one day in the mail that says, please bring $97,000 down to the Walrus State Bank on Monday. Well, you signed that 3-year balloon, that's how you raise the money. But a funny thing is happening. You're getting back in there and they say your loan to value doesn't match up, we're going to refuse the loan. There is going to be an avalanche of foreclosures and business closings if we don't do something about the business financing of the state of Wisconsin.
Well, there's a lot of good, excuse me, there's a lot of good ideas out there. Mr. Gibbs' idea about helping businesses get through the morass of the administrative regulations, about bringing businesses to Wisconsin is a great idea, except we've already got that. It's called the Department of Commerce. At least that's what they're supposed to be doing. In Indiana, they do that. In Indiana, they took the Department, Governor Mitch Daniels took the Department of Commerce, threw it out, created a non-stock corporation in its place. Okay, now the people of the Department of Commerce, or whatever they're calling the company at this point, have to meet a bottom line. They have to perform, or they don't get paid. They have to bring business to Indiana. They have to make it easy to do business in Indiana, or they don't get paid. And guess what? Indiana's economy has gone up while the nation's has gone down. So that's a great idea, but it'll take time. Streamlining the regulatory system. You're going to hear a lot of conservative candidates talk about that. Problem is that's not an overnight fix. That's a painstaking process, industry by industry, regulation by regulation, that will take effort. It will take a strong candidate who's willing to make some tough decisions that will affect people in his district and will affect people in Madison, affect his image in Madison. Creating partnerships between business and education is a great idea too. It's going to take time to be able to get our educational institutions, our higher educational institutions in line so that they're providing the skills necessary to draw business to this state and to provide the existing businesses with the kind of employees that they need. The number one thing we can do right now, we can change overnight is repeal combined reporting and drop the corporate tax rate. We can do it the minute we take office in January, and sure as heck, you're going to see some businesses come into Wisconsin. You're going to see businesses expand. Why? We're competing against 49 other states to get those businesses. We're competing against other countries around the world to get those businesses. If it's cheaper here, they'll come here, they'll do business, they'll employ people from Wisconsin.